Welcome to the show, viewers. I'm your host, Colin Sopio, and of course, this is Sport and TV, your number one leading sports channel. And on set today, I'm glad to have our resident host, that is Coach Maish. Coach Maish, welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure also to have you, Coach Maish. To our viewers, just remember to subscribe, view, like and share, and you can also drop a comment on the comment section down below. And we are on a journey to 1,000 subscribers, so keep on supporting Sport and TV. And on today's show, we are going to put much emphasis on the Europa League, which will be played tonight between Manchester United against Real Betis of Spain and Arsenal against Sporting Lisbon of Portugal. Keeping in mind that we remember that in the first leg, Manchester United won by a 4-goal margin and Arsenal drew 2-2. And it's an elimination match, and the team that gets the positive results today, of course, will qualify to the next round, which is the quarter-finals. Coach Maish, now I have to bring you on to this. We see that Manchester United, in the first leg, they won the match by a 4-1 margin, and it was at Old Trafford. But in the second leg, we see that Manchester United are playing at Estadio Benito, that is in Spain. The expectation, Coach Maish, on this match?
Well, thank you, presenter, for this chance. Now I think Manchester is having a good run, especially when we look at how they are performing in Europe. They've been doing well, except at the local level they are not doing fine, and it is it kind of gives you an imbalance of what Manchester is. You can't just rate them at the moment, because they are having a downward trod when it comes to the local football. But then when it comes to Europe, they are doing fine. I think this one is for them to lose.
The match between Real Betis and Manchester United is for Manchester to lose. Now, let's move on to Arsenal. We saw that Arsenal drew the first leg of the match when they faced Sporting Lisbon, and the match was played in Portugal, and Arsenal drew. Now, do you think now it's a good opportunity now for Arsenal to kill the match of this second leg, considering that they'll be at home, that is at Emirates Stadium? Coach, my take on this Arsenal side?
Yeah, being at home, you usually have the 12th man, which are the fans, and going by how Arsenal have been playing at home, they've been having a very good tiding. So I do believe now for them it's just to wrap up the win, and they are good to go.
Coach Maish is expecting Arsenal to finish the business when they face Sporting Lisbon. Now, Coach, Arsenal, we saw that the first leg they rested a lot of players, their key players, the legs of Partey and the legs of Odegaard, and also the legs of Magalhães, the Brazilian defender. And Sporting Lisbon did give Arsenal a run for their money, and it wasn't an easy match as many thought. Do you think now this is the opportune time now for Arteta now to bring his main charges? I'm talking for the likes of Gabriel Jesus to come and finish the business for Arsenal.
Now, I do believe at the moment the coach is tied between the Europa and the Premier, and given how they are playing now, I think they will go for both. But then I think the priority, the one that they are giving it an upper hand, I think it's the Premier. So I do believe they will have to rest some players and hope that the other one will step up so that they may win. But then I do believe he's putting all his efforts in the Premiership. But then I do believe he also wanted the Europa. So I do believe he'll have to put the best of his team and hope that they will come out with a good result.
Arteta has to put in the best of the best, hoping that in doing that he'll have positive results when they face Sporting Lisbon at Emirates Stadium. Now, coach, we saw that Sporting Lisbon is not a pushover, and they really gave Arsenal a torrid time in Portugal. It wasn't an easy match by all standard. It was attack after attack. What should Arteta now do to try to tame this Sporting Lisbon side, which is not an easy team on paper?
I do believe, given that they are playing in the backyard, they will give the best of their shots, even with the 12 man on their side. I do believe Arsenal have an upper hand, and they will come out gun blazing, because they know that there's nothing beside a win. Because if Sporting Lisbon scores, then they are in trouble. So I do believe they'll give the best of their shot to that game. I think they should kill the game early, because Sporting Lisbon are a team to reckon with. Yeah.
We saw that over the weekend the two teams, Arsenal played in the Premier League, and also Sporting did took part in Portugal, and Arsenal won by 3-goal margin when they faced this side from the Premier League, and also Sporting won their match by 3 goals. This means that the two teams are very attacking wise. Now, what set of model do you think that Arteta should acquire? Is it more attacking, more defensively, considering that Arsenal of late they are getting their mojo back and they are scoring goals for fun, and Sporting are also doing the same? Do you think that Arteta should now try to go for a more attacking approach, or should he just stick to his charges and try to hit this Sporting Lisbon team on the counter-attacks?
I think the best system and the best way to win any game is to attack, or the best defense is to attack. So I do believe he'll go out there and charge his boys to go and fetch a win, because there's nothing more than a win. If at all they come up with a draw, then I do believe it wouldn't be a good sign for Arsenal. So I do believe what they should do, they should go for the first kill and kill the game early. Yeah.
Coach Maish, where should Arteta draw the line between now the Premier League and the Europa League? Because at the moment we see that the matches that are coming are back to back, and players don't have that time now to relax and maybe say we have so much time to prepare. Do you think that Arteta now should decide which competition or which cup he really wants, or should he go for both and try to kill the two birds with one stone? Coach Maish.
That's the challenge with the teams which do well in all competition, because they'll have to prove themselves in the local league and outside the local league. And given that you have signed players, so you got to absorb that pressure of what would I say, of competing in both leagues and coming up with good results. So I think it's kind of a balance that you should find within your team, so that you may bring out the best of your team. Because you can see there have been times when a team wins the Premier League, and it wins the Champions League, and it also wins the local cups. And you can see that you got to have a balance in that team, so that you can rotate the players and still come out with a win, so that the people don't get fatigued, the players don't get fatigued, and there's complacency. So I do believe it is a balance of both the league and the UEFA League.
Arteta should try to find the balance between Europa League and the Premier League, or
Yes.
maybe he can just decide to go for both, but it's only a time, and we only have time to tell. I remember this show is brought to you courtesy of Lean of Cabs. Let's take you there. For more information, you can call this number 0715-319-562. Now let's move to Manchester United, and it's like a wrap for them, because for Betis to knock Manchester out, they have to score 3 goals. Coach Maish, your take on this Manchester United Real Betis fixture?
Now I think that game is done and dusted, because Manchester playing at home, they are away, they are good, and I think they've got the experience and they've got the players to prove it. And given that Casemiro is still playing, so they won't be missing him, even though in the local league he is not playing because of the red card. So I do believe that Manchester will go out there and wrap this up and hope for the next draw to come.
Now, I just wrote the same question that I did when we were talking about Arsenal. Now, Erik ten Hag, as some of these matches wrapped up, as you just mentioned, and do you think now it's a matter, should he give now, rest some players, the players who are very important for Manchester United, should they be rested and now try to inject new blood? By the new blood, I'm talking for the likes of Pelestri. Do you think now this is the opportune time for Ten Hag to rest some of these players? Because they still have a number of matches, very difficult matches coming in. Coach, my short take on this.
Yeah, I do believe every coach should do that. When you want to, you have wrapped up a game, you just want to bring in new blood and hope that they will deliver. But then there is also that that aspect of them not delivering. Might be the team. I've always said that every team comes prepared, and you don't know how Real Betis will come. So I do believe you should find a balance. The coach of Manchester should find a balance of bringing in the players and sticking also to the players if at all they will be, if need be. So I do believe sometimes it's good to rotate the team so that you may refresh those who have played many games, and they may rest and come out rejuvenated in the next game, given that there are many competitions ahead of Manchester. They've got the FA, they've got the Premiership, and they also got the Euro. So I do believe it's good to rest them.
It's good to rest some of the key players for Manchester United, and that's a decision that belongs for Ten Hag to make. Now, we saw in the first leg that it was all attacking for Manchester United, and they won the match by a big margin. Do you think now that Ten Hag should try now to adapt a more defensive approach, considering that he already is in lead? Coach, your take on this?
Now, the mode of play should not change, because it's like you are practicing for the next game. So I do believe you should put all the arsenals that you have, so that you may come out even with a bigger margin, or with a win that is so convincing. So I do believe when you come in any game, you should always be attack-minded, so that you may know where your strength or where your weaknesses. Yeah.
Where your strength and where your weakness is, and of course I will be bringing you up to speed and keeping on tabs the matches that will be played tonight. That is Manchester United and Arsenal in the Europa League. Now, Coach Maisha, as we try to wrap this up, I just like now to get your prediction. Manchester United, Real Betis, Arsenal, Sporting Lisbon. Coach, your predictions.
No, I'll go for Arsenal. Arsenal will win the game 2-0. The same case applies to Manchester Manchester. For Arsenal it will be 2-1, but then for Manchester it will be 2-0.
Very interesting predictions from Coach Maish, giving Manchester United the benefit of doubt against Real Betis and Arsenal against Sporting Lisbon, predicting that the Gunners will carry the day. And it's a wrap for us, and I hope that we'll keep on doing this. Remember to keep it Sporting TV, and we are also on a journey to 1,000 subscribers. Do remember to view, like, subscribe and share Sporting TV for more sporting action. Coach Maish, it was nice having you on show. I briefly wrap this up for us.
So I do believe football is a game of chances, and as I've told you earlier, every team comes out prepared. So whenever you hear me give a prediction, you shouldn't stick by that, because it may change, because that team also come prepared, and they also want to win. So it's football is a game of chance, and it is anyone's win. So you might as well underrate a team, and then it may come out winning. So I think it's just to make sure that you are having a good time, and our predictions are not really the results. Thank you.
Very interesting statements from Coach Maish. As for us and my crew, it's bye-bye for now. Do remember to keep it Sporting TV.